Okay, so we can start the meeting and then wait for others to join. Okay, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining from. I'm Chioma from Healthy Environment and Lifestyles Initiative, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this section, session on academic mental stress. As a young person currently pursuing my PhD, I truly understand the pressures and the the challenges that come with academic life. Having been in the academic journey up to this stage, I can personally relate to the impact of academic mental stress. So as we proceed, I would like us to kindly introduce ourselves, introduce yourself, your name, and the campus you are joining in from in the chat box. You can introduce yourself in the chat box, your name and the campus you're joining in from. Okay. So what I want to ask now is, how many of us have actually experienced this mental health, mental stress, this academic mental stress?
I think I've experienced it and I'm still experiencing it.
It's really something that most times we just cannot say, let's do away with it. It just comes even when we don't expect it. So that's the essence of this webinar, to see what exactly the lifestyles we can adopt to help us to be able to manage this health issue, mental health stress. So actually the aim of this is to empower the young people to manage academic stress and support the Sustainable Development Goals 3, 4, 10, and 16 that talks about good health and well-being of young people, the promotion of quality education, the promotion of social inclusion, and having a more peaceful and supportive learning environment. And academic mental stress, as we know, is pressure and anxiety from academic demands, such as exams. Like maybe those of you that in your final year, you are looking for what to finishing your studies, and I know definitely you're under pressure. I can tell that. So it's a pressure and this anxiousness from the anxiety from academic demand, such as when you're in your exam period, those in final years, you need to meet deadlines for projects, you need to submit your assignments, and other expectations from your parents, from your friends, those sponsoring you in school. You have to have a good grade. Or if you come back to this house with a poor grade, you will tell us why we spent so much money on you and you gave us this grade. So all these are the pressure, the academic mental stress some of us students go through. It doesn't matter the level, whether you're doing PhD, master's, bachelor's degree, whatever level of education, we do experience this mental health, academic mental stress. And as I asked, though Victor has answered, have any of you ever felt overwhelmed by these demands, and what triggered those feelings? What were you thinking about? Was it exam, or was it you need to submit assignments, or was it that you needed to submit your final project? You could tell us in the comment section, in the chat box. So if you need to read further, you could, like the WHO has some online links I can provide later for you, and the UNESCO platform where you can try to know more about mental stress, academic mental stress, and how you can manage them. I'll provide the links later. So this academic stress reality, what is it? There's so much high expectation. There is so much high expectations from parents, from yourself, even those of you that have your target and your goal, that by this time I should have graduated with this grade and left the school. And so those expectations, heavy workload and tight deadlines, trying to balance academics and other extracurricular activities, the fear of failing and not meeting expectations, those are some of the things that put us into this academic stress, that brings about this pressure in most of the students. And I know majority of you might have experienced this. And how then do we recognize this signs? How can we recognize these signs? Then yes, we are having pressure from assignments, parents, meeting your expectations, the fear of failure and all that. So how do you know that you have this academic mental stress? Funny enough, some people have I can see some people are joining us. Welcome to the webinar, Kati Farm, Benedette, and the rest. Welcome. So you could see that some people do not actually know when they have this mental health issue or this academic mental stress. So how do you know that you have it? There are some signs, like you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious. I need to meet up with this. There's something I need to do. So many thoughts in your heart, in your head, that you feel that time is not enough for you to fulfill them. Then you have this difficulty sleeping or concentrating. Instead of you to sleep peacefully like a baby, you are busy thinking of what you need to do the next day. And this is, welcome Jennifer. And these are some of the pressures that make people to say that, how do they say adulthood is scam. This is not scam anyway. It's a blessing to be an adult. But this is because we are so used to our parents taking care of our needs that when we are growing and maybe becoming adults, we feel that we don't have to sleep again. We need to sleep 4 hours, 5 hours, and not sleep well so that our body can function properly. Because we are so overwhelmed in lots of things that we need to do, and these are actually results. These are some of the signs of this stress we go through. But as students, we want to focus on academic stress. Then procrastination or avoidance, because of it actually results from fear. Apart from the fact that it's laziness, this can also result from fear that, what if I cannot do it now? Let me just postpone it. Because of you are feeling overwhelmed with so many things. And the physical symptoms from headaches, and you have stomach ache, you are not feeling okay physically because of the feeling of you're already stressed that there are things you're supposed to do that you're not yet doing. So these are some of the signs that comes with academic stress. Apart from the fact of not being able to do something, it also comes from the fact that you are doing so much. So it's not just the avoidance part that leads to the stress. It is doing so much too that leads to the stress. We'll explain how we can actually handle the stress. Those of you that just joined, you could let us know in the chat box where you are joining from and your campus. So how can we then manage, how can this mental health issue, how can it be managed? So we highlighted 3 major ways. We could just, like a summary of how it could be managed. We should try to seek support for academic stress. There was something that I so like when I saw in school when I was that's undergraduate, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University. Now, and that was Anambra State University, then Uli campus. I like the fact that, and I think you guys have it too. They have this, some people call it staff advisor. Some just use the word advisor or advisor generally. So you always go out to speak with your staff advisor. Try to let them know the challenges you are facing as a student, the problem you are facing as a student. So I know that some people do meet the advisor and pour out their mind. So talking to teachers and school counselors is very important. some of us did not utilize the opportunity, and it affected some of us when we graduated. So when you feel overwhelmed, these are people that have gone through those paths. So you don't need to keep this to yourself. You are not alone in this world. Whatever you are going through, someone has gone through it. So you need to go out and meet school counselors, teachers. I don't know if for your school, when you were admitted into the school, were you given someone that need to play this role in your studies? I think so. Was someone like that assigned to you in your school when you were admitted? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So these are the kind of people you need to actually talk with. So when you speak to them, they give you the best advice because they are going to advise you from experience and the fact that they are in the academics. Also seek help from classmates or tutors. Please, don't just any kind of classmate. Don't ask help from the one that will mislead you. Ask help from the one that you know, the classmates that are actually sounding normal, and the ones that you know that at least it looks like this person is excelling. So what if I take advice from this one who knows how to manage or his or her time? So it's good to also seek help from classmates or tutors, people teaching you. Online resources and support groups are also good. There are, I wrote a link here, mytherapist.ng. Though I see that some people do go online and they meet with online counselors who they pay for. There are some of them are paid services, some are free with some limited features. So they try to seek advice on their own mental health. But I would say as students, I prefer that academic counselor or staff advisor. I always prefer them to any other means. I'm not saying the online therapists are not good, they are good, but I prefer the one you see physically and talk with. There is this connection you have when you are talking to someone physically than when you are using online communication. So I prefer the one you meet your lecturer, that is your school counselor or your staff advisor. Please always prioritize your mental health and well-being. Don't say, let's say because you're a student, I know it's really difficult. You want to manage, you want to make money, then you forget about yourself. You treat yourself like yourself is nobody's business, including yourself. Your own self is not even your own business. No, you need to prioritize your mental health and well-being. Take care of yourself, eat good food, drink enough water, stay hydrated. These are also ways to help to These are ways that can help to manage your mental health. And effective time management and prioritization. Please create a schedule and stick to it. Very good one. I like this thing they call a board, stick board, that is people list as all their schedules for the week or the month. It's not because they don't have work to do that maybe they to bring out paper and start writing, this is what I will do from this to this. Is to enable them manage their time management. And if you're able to manage your time, it will help you to reduce that academic stress. You see, from 5 to 10, this is what I should, from 5 to 6, this is what I should do. From 7 to 8, this is what I should do. 9 to 10, this is what I should do. So that is, Amara is complaining about network. Oh, sorry about that. So these are some of the ways you can help to manage your mental health and prioritize tasks and break them into smaller chunks. If going to lectures is very important, please put down those ones first. Then the least important one. Everything is important, but the least important one, if it's something you can do later in the day, just try. It is you who know yourself better. So I will not be the one to tell you, go and wash your clothes in the morning, then go to lecture in the afternoon. You know that your lecture usually falls between morning and let's say 8 to 5. So you prioritize that time. Then in the evening, you map out your time on how you now manage your personal task. If it's to wash your clothes, assignments and all that. So prioritize tasks and break them into smaller chunks. Avoid procrastination and stay focused. There's something I've noticed. Whenever I procrastinate and say, tomorrow is Saturday, I'll push it there, and I know I'm free. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not feeling weak. I'm not feeling the need to sleep. Once I push that in tomorrow, something will still come tomorrow that will still take that place, that very time at which I pushed whatever I pushed from the previous day into. So it's better always avoid procrastination and make good use of your time anytime, any day. And also take breaks and practice self-care. Please, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Like when I was in school, undergraduate, I think, yeah, the time I read and it comes into my brain and stays very well. It's early in the morning when I go to class. That fresh breeze. I don't know if it was for you. To tell you that I don't know how to read when I'm stressed. So it's good to always take care of yourself. Take break when you feel tired. Take good care of yourself. Eat good food and all that. So self-care, like getting enough sleep, exercise, eating a healthy and balanced diet, engaging in activities that bring joy and relaxation. Some people like music, people like me. This is another way to help you focus and stay relaxed. When you feel overwhelmed, you can look for activities that will give you joy and make you relax. Then you practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Please, I didn't say self-compassion like a beggar. Think about yourself. Have pity on yourself. You're a human being. So even if you do all the gra from now to tomorrow, I usually tell people it is still grace that will push you forward. I know that some people might not want me to go into the Christian aspect. I will tell you the truth because I will not hide the truth from anyone, especially when you work for me. Pray. Pray. In everything that you do, pray. So that instead of you to go and do a task of 50 pages, I know it was for me. Holy Spirit can tell you to reach page 6, page 12, page 15, page 71, and that is all for your exam. So instead of killing yourself and being under pressure that might choke you, he can just whisper to you, Choma, or Victor, or Benedict, or Jennifer, or Katifam, whoever is here. He can whisper to you that this thing you're killing yourself. Read these pages and you'll be fine. Or he can even give you the wisdom to understand the entire pages. So in other words, I'm trying to say that after your self-care, your effective time management, and seeking support from others, please also seek support and guidance from the Holy Spirit to help you to be able to manage your time, to manage your mental health also. So that is it for this session. Managing academic stress requires a combination of effective time management, mindfulness, and self-care. And as I would add to, always learn how to pray, because we are not just, I have seen people who practice self-care, who manage their time, who do everything they can do, but sometimes things do not come out well. So that is why I would say you should also end everything with prayer. Thank you very much. You can ask your question.
Thank you so much, man.
You are welcome. And thank you for attending. Some of us just joined now. We are talking about academic mental stress. Stanley, if I'm not mistaken, I think you just joined now. So we were asking even in the chat that some of us, we believe, have experienced this academic mental stress, expectation of having good grades, fear of failure, expectation from our parents, our teachers, heavy workload and tight deadlines, trying to balance academic with extracurricular activities. Those of you that maybe after school you need to go to fellowship, after school you need to go and play football, maybe you're a football club member or other activities. So these are parts of the stress that affects young people, the young generation. And we're talking about how we could manage them by seeking support from, let's say, our academic staff, counselor, trying to manage our time and self-care and wellness. And above all, also learn how to pray, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. So we need to pray as well, even after doing all this. So I'm open to answer any question if you have.
Okay, can I ask a
Okay.
Okay, my question is, what's the place of having the necessary resources like money, food, and other stuff as regards to managing academic stress? So let's assume somebody is not that well buoyant enough, or maybe the family is not that well buoyant enough. How is that person supposed to manage his or her academic stress? Because to me, I think resources occupies a good percentage of stability in educational fight. So I don't know what how the person can manage such phase.
In terms of resources, that's money and every other thing that's supposed to keep the person going. Okay, that aspect, as I said earlier, you need to talk to your academic staff advisor, academic counselor. Then I also know that there are some NGOs, their focus is majorly on mental health of people. It doesn't matter whether youth, old people, whatever, but majorly the mental health of those people. So if you could reach out to those NGOs, they could try to support you and link you up to how you could get other support if they cannot give those support. So that is one of the ways, apart from your academic advisor and the NGOs. Then another way you could also survive, which I will not like to do, I actually use that method to survive. Speaking, that was in my MSc, I spoke to some of my classmates, and funny enough, some of them brought us, it was actually financial issue. They brought us the money and they helped me with it. So you could also get it from friends, you could also get it, but the major person that actually assisted was a staff. And she was like an academic advisor to me. So you see, even when the students brought in the little they could get, the academic advisor, who was a staff, she was able to reach out to other people, other connections she had, and I was able to solve that problem. So that's also one of the ways to handle such issue, because I will not tell you to start to go and overwork yourself, because maybe you're already doing the work, but the work is not enough to cater for your needs. So you still need to meet, the best thing I would tell you is just meet your academic staff advisor.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So much for your...
But if there's anything you want to also maybe privately let me know about, you can also write to me. I will share my email address. So you can, if there's any question or anything you want to speak about that you feel that you don't want to say it here, you can also write to me. If it's to support or to write to people who have to support you, then we have to do that until God answers the prayer.
All right. Thank you so much for the answer and the kind offer. I think I'm okay with your answers.
Okay.
But one of the major challenges is students don't know. I think one of the major challenges is that students don't know how to access those particular NGOs that you talked about.
Okay.
And I think most of the course advisors or the advisors who are being shared into in various schools, I think, should I say most of them, they don't really care that much about the mental health. Let me just put it that way, because I know I was actually allocated to one particular lecturer. Though it's also on my own side to make effort to see the person.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I have not seen that person make an effort to reach to the students he or she was allocated to. So that's it. I don't. My point there is that students don't actually know how to access those NGOs
Okay.
that you talked about. So I don't know whether there is maybe a platform that can give students that opportunity of.
Yeah, for instance, at the beginning of this presentation, I shared, sorry, I have to look for where I kept the link and I will still share to you guys. Okay, it's a WHO link, yes, there's a UNESCO platform where you can learn more about mental health and try to understand how the world is looking into it. So it's this two platform you can produce, ask your questions and answers can also be provided there. I think the one for the WHO link, I will share the link later. So those ones are also helpful. But whatever it is, I understand where you're coming from. You're trying to reach out this platform, this NGOs that can help. Yeah, these things are not going to be difficult. Just write to me. If these two links I'm going to send is not satisfactory to you, then we could do further follow-up, not just for you, but for any student that is having this academic mental stress issue. It's not just about you as well, it's about everybody. So I want to proceed to the questions. I have 3 questions actually, because just 3. And each question, if you answer it correctly, your reward is 5,000 naira. So I want to start with the first question. The first question, you just type the answer on the chat box, please. What do you think is the most effective way to manage stress during exam periods? A, studying for long hours without breaks. B, taking regular breaks to relax and recharge. C, ignoring stress and focusing on studying. Two people. We've seen some people on the journey. Okay, so okay, so people are already answering this. This is good. The answer.
No vex. Look at the difference. He's on the board.
So I need to look at the answers to this question. So people have already answered. Actually, I will consider the first person that answers first. And the answer is B, taking regular breaks to relax and recharge. And the first person to write the B here, I think is Victor, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you, ma. Yes, ma. It's me, ma. Okay. Thank you, ma.
Okay.
That's the answer.
Then the second question is, what is a healthy way to prioritize tasks and manage time effectively? A, creating a schedule and sticking to it. B, procrastinating and studying at the last minute. C, multitasking and doing multiple things at once. D, ignoring deadlines and focusing on one task. So, creating a schedule and sticking to it. I think the first person to reply the A is Victor.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
So how is he getting service for everybody?
Victor, what are you doing?
Ma, we are all of us are inside of living symbols.
Okay, this is the third question.
I joined the class with everybody, so I know what the answers are. So that's it.
Okay, no problem. This is the third question. What's an important aspect of self-care? Okay, someone has already answered C. Getting enough sleep and staying hydrated. So that's an important aspect of self-care that can reduce stress. And that person is Peter.
Thank you.
Jennifer said that you guys are cheating. Is it true?
Why go do like that, Peter? Why you go do like that, Peter?
I'm sorry, we don't have much questions today.
I was distracted.
But next time, I promise the question will be more than this. So,
Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much for
All
your
right, thank
time.
you so much.
And God bless you for joining. Please try to take care of your mental health. And always know
Yes,
that
ma'am.
I'm bringing scriptures into it. It's not of he that willeth or runneth, it's of God that showeth mercy. So don't kill yourself. If you need to talk to someone, try to talk to your academic staff advisor or a friend that you feel that listens, that not a jealous or an evil one, but a friend, not an enemy, that listens, and try to talk to, if you need to talk to other NGOs or platforms or therapists that helps to advise on mental health is also important. Thank you so much for your time. Hope to have you in the next webinar. And bye-bye.
Thank you, ma. You're grateful.
You're welcome. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.